not gonna lie, I hate the theme impacts. I hate them. But hearing that, what was it, February 3rd, there's supposed to be kind of like a pay-per-view that's going to be on Twitch. I think it's a pay-per-view or a special that Impact Wrestling is going to be working with Motor City Wrestling in Detroit. Now, that kind of upsets me and makes me happy at the same time. It makes me happy to know they're actually using and utilizing Twitch. I've said this to people. If no one understands, look, one genre that no one has fully tapped is the gamer genre. Of course, gamers will do whatever they do. They'll spend billions of dollars. And the WWE is doing that. Some other companies have done that. ECW, WCW did it. And TNA did it, but they haven't done it in a way that is more feasible. Just making a video game is one thing, but actually showing your content on a website where it generally exclusively games. This is where you actually touch the true gamers. It's not just making a game that probably is crappy or probably is incredible or maybe in between. You let them see the content on a channel, on a website that's for gamers. Gamers are not much different than wrestling fans. They gravitate to something, they lock onto it, and they don't let go. They will let you know if you fuck up or if you do it great. So whoever came up with this, if it was Scott Demont, I believe his name is, thank you for realizing a genre that is completely untapped, which is Twitch gaming. Thank you. Now, was this show good? It was above average. And that's a good thing. Impact Wrestling, or TNA, or Total Nonstop Action when it was ever called that way, when it came down to it, every time when they screwed up, they always tried to really make up for it by rushing it. Always going, every single time. They did that on Spike multiple times. They did that on Destination America multiple times. At least 2 times. And they've done it on Pop at least 2 to 3 times now. Now this time with the new management, if they're really taking their time to build up into it and then hold it at a good level, I'm alright with it. So seeing a above average show is something I accept and I'm happy to see. Now let's go through this. Matt Sydal goes up against EC3 and I'm upset that EC3 isn't there. I saw Andre's video on saying that EC3 has been fired. I agree with him. He has done everything he could in the company, particularly the way the company has been run when it was with, Corbin, or it was with Dixie Carter. He can only go as far as they're willing to do something with him. If they don't give him much storylines and there's not that much talent to work with, he reaches the maximum he can reach, and eventually you either get stagnant and you want to get out. Now, if that's the way it was and he left on good terms, he can eventually come back. And that's what I hope he will do. Maybe he'll go to NXT for a little while, or he'll go to New Japan Pro Wrestling or Lucha Underground or wherever else. I hope he does go somewhere, makes some good money, gets his credibility up even more, and then he comes back to Impact Wrestling, which is his home. I hope. But was this a good match? Yes, it was. And Matt Sydal did win the Impact Grand Championship. Now, the question's going to be, now that he won the title, are they going back to the old Impact 9-minute match with 3 rounds in each? Or are they going to drop that and do something entirely different, or just go back to the standard way they do wrestling for that title? That's going to be the question. Then the other question is, are they going to actually spotlight the guy? That's another big question that we don't know. But it is good to see that he had a good build-up and then a good ending. Closure. I think that might go with this review. Genesis closure. I think that's the best way to say it. Now, Allie had her match with Laurel Van Ness. Now, we already know she lost. But I will say that she was a lot more aggressive. The vid pack for her was very good. And the crowd reaction was very, very good. So I'm glad to see that she did change up a little bit of her work in the ring. She's now more aggressive. Now, I want her, particularly me, I want Allie to make her promo segments more aggressive. She doesn't need to be too gentle and sweet. I want her to be a little more rough with her promos. She could be a little more rough and it will not destroy her character. She just has to show she's more tougher. More like, I'm not liking this anymore. And then going from that to I'm not liking this anymore. I'm finished. That is a more dynamic way of seeing it for her. Going from being really sweet to like semi-sweet with a little roughness. That's what I'm hoping in the next couple of months she will do because of what happened here in Genesis. Now, we didn't have of course, the tag belts were not defended. They're not going to happen. Yeah, they're not going to do that. Because of the barbed wire match, which was a pretty good match. It wasn't great, but it was good. And now we go to the thing that makes me happy about this entire show. I love this. I was happy to see it. And I'm hoping it'll be over, which probably it isn't. But I'm hoping it's over. I'm hoping it's over. And that is Lashley versus Moose with KM and Dan Lambert. Now that I remember the guy's name so well, he's supposedly gone after he got himself speared. Yes! I got it in my face. Got it in my face. Now I'm taking it away. I've got a big grin on my face. Yes! This needed to happen. It was obvious that they were eventually going to go there with Lashley. We know this. Lashley had to turn back to Impact Wrestling because Dan Lambert was screwing with him, using him and abusing him, and using KM to do it. Now, was the match good? It was good. Was KM's interference good? Yes, it was good. It looked a little over-enthusiastic, particularly once he started throwing the table into the ring, which was kind of stupid. He could have just grabbed a kendo stick. That would have been less conspicuous to the ref. But in the end, once Moose won, once Lambert pissed off Lashley, and then Lashley got tired of KM, kicked his ass, grabbed Lambert, threw him into the ring, and then not only let Moose get his moment, he speared his ass through a table, just like what happened with Bully Ray and Dixie Carter. It's not something that has been done before, but the thing is that we've been tired of this situation when it came to Top Team. They just did not book it properly. And when they did book it properly, it was very, very brief. So hopefully this ends, but to be honest, I doubt it, because they can still do something with KM and Dan Lambert. And probably they'll go there. I think that's what eventually will happen. Dan Lambert will not go away. He'll work with KM for a little while. Then he'll eventually leave and KM will be on his own. And the question is, can KM be given a character and a storyline that will work for him? I don't know if they'll do it, but this is my thought. Ishimori versus Everett. Now, I would have liked to see this on Impact, but because it was the X Division being defended in Wrestling Noah, I have to give it kind of an okay, because for the simple reason, another promotion normally doesn't let you defend your title in their promotion with one of their own wrestlers who could easily get hurt. And the way Ishimori got a little he basically got thrown around pretty hard by Everett, and I think he messed up his neck a little bit. He did not move for a couple of minutes. I know that could have been fake. It could have been a shoot, a work. But it kind of looked like a shoot a little bit because he might have been a bit hurt. This is what happens when two promotions work together and one title is defended in another promotion that is not really their promotion's title. Things can get a little bit wonky. The match was good. In the end, Ishimori won. I just didn't feel like if you're going to have Andrew Everett working with Trevor Lee as one of his cultists, and then he goes to Pro Wrestling Noah and he acts like a good guy, it doesn't make any sense. You have to let him keep his persona if the persona is still the same. That's just me. Finally, the final match, and that is the triple threat 6-side of steel with Johnny, with Alberto Patron, and Eli Drake. And I gotta say this. Excuse me, I'm still sick. I may have to go to the doctor soon. Anyway, the one thing I was worried about was that they're going to make him drop it. And to be honest, since Eli had the title, he has been very entertaining. Kind of like EC3. EC3 is immensely entertaining as a heel when they let him be a good heel. And that's what's been going on to Eli Drake. You know you ain't going to get this title forever. It's a long time. And that is not just something I'm saying. That is just a facts of life. And I got to have in my face for that, because that is Eli Drake. Essentially speaking, I was worried they're going to make Eli drop it. And they didn't let him do it here, and I'm glad. The match was pretty high-paced, and the thing that made me very happy was that when it came down to it, like I said before, I waited for Eli for quite a while to show that he was a ring general. He started showing me he was a ring general, and when you see this match, he was a ring general. He guided, when it was his turn to guide the match, he guided that match, and I loved it. Now, I know not everyone's going to love Eli Drake because he can be pretty stiff, and he can be pretty wonky sometimes. It does happen with him. But for me personally, I do love that the guy knows how to get the job done. And in the end, which got me, like, what? They actually went there, where he jumps down from the six-sided steel along with Johnny, and it's Chris Adonis who grabs Johnny and holds on to him while Eli hits the ground. That I have not seen in a long time. I don't remember the last time I've seen it. It has happened in wrestling history where someone is just held in the air. I think in the Royal Rumble 2016 or 17, that happened with Kofi and Biggie Langston. Biggie, yeah, that happened with him. But in the end, it was good to see it. I enjoyed it. It was a good ending for it. Now the question is going to be next week, what is going to happen? Will Eli have his next challenger? Maybe it will be, it's not going to, I think EC3 will still probably be in the taping, so EC3 may go after Eli. That may happen. Maybe someone new will show up to challenge Eli. I don't know who. You never know who may pop up out of nowhere. I don't think Dolph Ziggler is going to do it because these tapings happened a while and Dolph has not been seen. I doubt that he broke his contract tape with them before that happened. So we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe someone new will come in. What is it? Kristen Cage, I believe? No. What was the guy's name? I forgot. Luke Cage or somebody. I can't remember the name. I know, Andre, you did say it. I just don't remember. But someone's supposed to be taking EC3's place. His name is Cage something. And maybe he's the one that's going after Eli. Never know. This was an above average show, and I would state you can see it more than once. I'd say at least twice. The first time and one more time. It's not a bad show. But this is my point of view. Have a good day. Have a good night. And, oh, if you guys want me to do NXT TakeOver, I can't remember. I think it's Philadelphia. That's coming up. I don't know. But the one that's before the Royal Rumble. If you want me to do it, because I am considering doing it, give me a comment below. Somebody just telling me, hey, do an NXT TakeOver review. Along with Royal Rumble. Because I am doing the Royal Rumble review. No matter that it is nearly 6 hours of content. That counts the kickoff show. That's tiring. But have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.